Hello everyone and welcome back to Red Sky Media. My name is Kellen and on today's episode of Things We Brought Online, we're going to be taking a look at this, the green screen from Neewer. So as I said, today we're going to be taking a look at this green screen. Now this is the portable green screen from Neewer and it retails for £50 here in the UK or $70 on Amazon if you're in the US. So quite a cheap green screen actually for what it is, and we're going to come onto it and go through all the details in a minute and make sure you guys are fully informed. It comes in this little, there you go, it comes in this little bag here. And we'll even show you guys what it's like in the bag as well as how to get it out and put it up and all of that in a minute. But first we need a bit more room than being here on the sofa because there's just not enough room. So we'll get this off the wall and we'll show you guys. We're going to head over in a minute to my right where we've got a bit of a studio space going on at the moment and give you guys a proper tour. Speaking of studio space, obviously for some of you, if you didn't know, we're currently filming in the office of Red Sky Media, and we're making a little kind of home studio here in the office too, obviously working from home and all of that at the moment because of the lockdowns. So if you guys would like to see a full office tour when it is done, let us know down below in the comments and we would love to obviously show it off for you in a couple of months time when it's all done and renovated and we can show off all of the office and all of the stuff for you guys. So let us know down below and let's head over to the office tour and show off this green screen. Right, so here we are in the studio part of the office. As you can see, there's a black backdrop behind me at the moment. It's made of fabric, so we're going to get them sorted out and changed over to paper in the future. And obviously I'll show you, as I said, if you guys want to see a tour, we can show you all of this when it's done. But today we are talking about this. So this is what it looks like, if I put it in front of my face, in the case. So it's really easy to hold, it's lightweight, you can hold it one-handed, you can carry it round. And if I go ahead and just get this out, pop it down for a second while I do. So as soon as you start to pull it out, turn it on that side, it just comes out like that and it's in a nice circle. And you can basically then open this up. But before I do that, there is a green side and there is a blue side. So you might be wondering, why is there two sides? Well, to start off with, when you chroma key, effectively you are looking for a colour that's not present in that shot. So for me right now, there is no green anywhere else in this shot, so I could use green and it would be absolutely fine. However, I could also use this blue shot because my t-shirt is grey and it wouldn't make any difference either. So what this means is if your actors or subject or something has green on it, or they're wearing green clothing for example, you can then use a blue screen to make sure that they're not going to be keying out obviously parts of their top or things like that as well. In the same side, obviously it's very unlikely that people might wear green, so green is typically the more standard one, but obviously you have a blue as well. In fact, if you have a blue top at home for example, like a light blue top, or even the sky on a nice summer day, you can go outside, film it from a tripod, and you can actually chroma key and change out the sky to be whatever you want as long as it's nice and clear and you've got that blue skyline. It's just about finding a colour that stands out and is very different to everything else in that shot. So I hope that makes sense, and we're now going to try and open this up. Now this is big. So the easiest way to do this I think is going to be for me to drop this here, do this, and hopefully it doesn't ping up. Oh no, it pinged up. Oh, there goes the tripod in the process. Right, this is the green screen. It's pretty big, as you can see. It takes up a lot of room. So to save you from me awkwardly trying to film myself and explain the measurements at the same time, I thought I'd jump in with this random screenshot and do it this way instead. So to be precise, it is 1.5 meters horizontally and 2 meters vertically in size. So it's a really nice size overall and it's just super versatile for a lot of different scenarios when it comes around to using it. But that's it for the size, much more simple than me going on and on and on. So we can go back to me in the studio and I'm going to run through all of the positives that make this green screen so good. So, what does make this green screen special? Well, for starters, it's portable. As you saw, you can easily fold it up into that little bag and carry it wherever you need or want. This is massive, as it means you don't need big backdrop setups like this anymore to carry this around. On top of that, the actual thing is very solid, it's very sturdy, and the fact that even though it's like foldable, the material itself is nice quality and it's actually really good in terms of being stretched out. The worst thing about a green screen is if it's not stretched out properly and it has all these wrinkles when you chroma key, it basically will give a kind of like shadow. Obviously if you've got a wrinkle, you'll have, I don't know if you can see with my finger there, it just creates like a little shadow anyway on the green screen, and when you come to chroma key you'll end up with lots and lots of noise in your shots when you remove the background, and that's just not ideal, it's not what you want. This is really stretched out, which means that obviously you're not going to get any wrinkles, and it makes it so much easier to set up. You just pop it up, put the camera down and film. It's perfect. On the top of the green screen you also have this, which means you can slot a pole into it or a hook, and obviously with like studio setups like the one behind me, you can then set this up on there too. So just another way to kind of keep it upright. To be honest, I've always found it easy just to balance it, because you can just lean it against something at a slight angle, and that's more than easy enough for me to be able to use it. But the option is there, and I have used it a couple of times if I need it a bit higher up as well. So that's always nice too, and it's just a nice little feature to make you guys aware of. So here is the other side as well, to give you a better look at the blue screen as well. So again, exactly the same as a green screen, because obviously it's the same material, just different colours on each side. But again, really nice and stretched out. There's no kind of like, I can force these kind of ripples if I really push, but as soon as I let go it pings back up and it's perfectly kind of stretched out, and it just makes everything so much easier honestly when you come to film with it. Speaking then of filming with a green screen, how do you film with a green screen? We thought for this episode as well we would obviously show off a little bit of how you should use a green screen and some very basic masking as well and chroma keying. So without further ado, let's change the camera angle once again. So here we are with the camera angle that we need, and as you can see the green screen doesn't actually cover the full frame of the camera, and I've done this on purpose to show you guys that all you need to do is make sure that this bit is in and my hand doesn't go out of the frame. So use this green screen as your kind of marker and your frame, and then you can just chop that bit out. And you'll see what I mean in a minute when we come into editing. But the most important thing is make sure your green screen is stretched, make sure it is well lit. Obviously the stretch bit's not going to be a problem when you're using this green screen. Make sure it's well lit though, so make sure that you have good lighting on your subject and on the green screen. If we have too much, it creates this, which is obviously going to be really bad because that shadow is now basically too dark. So when we do green screen, if I show you now, it means that that shadow there creates noise, and we don't want noise in our shots. So try and keep your subject a little bit away from the green screen and make sure that both your subject and the green screen are well lit so that you don't run into those issues. So here we go, if we film from here, and what we're going to do now is we're going to come into editing just like this. So I'm using Premiere Pro here, but the same steps will apply on whatever editing software you're using as well. So as I said, we're going to mask out around the edge of the green screen, and we're actually going to mask out around me and bring that mask in really tight because I'm not going to be using my arms from most of this now. So we don't need my arms in it. Obviously this clip has been color graded as well because I'm shooting in a flat color profile right now, so obviously add in color grades and stuff as you need beforehand. But so from here, now we're going to come into Adobe, into the Effects tab, and we're going to take this, which is the Ultra Key tool. So type it in and you'll find it, and we're going to come in and drop that onto our clip. Then we're going to go onto Effects, and we're going to go down, and you're going to see that little eyedrop icon, and we're going to click on that, and we're going to select this green colour. So there we go. And boom, just like that, it is gone. I have now got a black background. It's not quite that simple though. So that black background, as you can see, is a bit bit all over the place. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this bit here from source to alpha. And from here we are then going to come down again. So now you can see I'm now very white, I imagine. And basically what this means is you can see the kind of levels as you're doing this. And it makes it a bit easier for you to be able to match up this thing. So what you're going to do now is we're going to play around with all these settings, and I'm going to be quiet. So there we go, now we are happy with it. We're going to come back up and we're going to click back onto normal, and there we go, just like that, I'm back. And this is looking like quite a nice green screen now. So what we need to do again is we're going to come down and we're going to just change these two here, and this is basically going to shorten in my face and things, and it's going to get rid of this kind of green line that you might see around the edge of my body, which can happen from the kind of reflection from the green screen, and we don't really want that in our shot either. So it gets rid of this green tint, and just like that we have a good green screen. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take I'm just going to use a colour mat quickly, and I'm going to drop it behind, and voila, we have a completed clip with a background. And boom, I'm back in full screen, and just like that as well, I can now flick through these background colours. Pretty cool, right? I can also change it to a clip, and all you're doing is swapping out that clip in your timeline that we showed you a minute ago for whatever one you want. It's as simple as that. You can add in effects, so this colour mat and our logo here, done. It's just stacking them up underneath, and that's basically all there is to it. So there we have it. I'm not going to go through how to fold this down because it is a pain. It's quite easy once you know what to do, but you just need a little bit of space before you try and fold it down. There are plenty of really good tutorials on YouTube anyway for that. Just Google it and you'll get what you need. So that's nice and easy. It's just a bit of a hassle to like pull it together and put it back in the bag. But that pretty much wraps up this bit. Overall, I don't really have many negatives, to be honest. I think maybe a little bit bigger would be nice so it's not clipping, but it's workable, and I think for the price you pay it's fantastic. But I will go through all of my final positives and negatives back in the studio, back on the sofa. So let's go back over to the sofa right now and spin this camera around, and we'll wrap up and close out today's video. Right, we are back on the sofa. I hope you guys enjoyed that little tutorial and everything else, and I hope that you've enjoyed this video. It's time to wrap up. So final positives and negative thoughts on the green screen. It's amazing. I mean, for £50, what more can you want? I mean, my only negative really is that I wish it was a bit bigger. Other than that, fabric's good quality, green screen's good quality, it stretches really well. The fact that you can just fold it up and pack it away, save space, it's so useful. You get a blue screen as well as a green screen. I mean, it really is a fantastic product for the price, and it gives you so much flexibility that you can just move it around wherever you want as well. It's amazing. This camera battery is about to die, so we're going to wrap this up very, very quickly. So yeah, I hope you guys have found this video useful. Obviously links to all of the product and everything are down below in the description if you want to buy it. Be sure to check out our socials down there too. Obviously, if you like the video, drop us a like rating, consider subscribing, all that good stuff. And as always from all of us, it's been a pleasure. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. And we'll be back soon with more products and film equipment. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.